I just finished watching The Conjuring Last Rites, so let's review it. In all honesty, this movie was shit. Nah, but on a real, it was not good as the previous installments. It is the final installment for the Conjuring universe. They're talking about this being the final films for Ed and Lorraine Warren, and it looks like we may continue this potential universe with Judy and her husband. So we'll see what happens with that. The central case in this movie is the whole Smurl case. You guys can go search it up if you guys are interested. But the main focus is on Judy and her connection from when she was born up until this point now. I think it was like 1986. Before diving into the plot, though, I do want to talk about the overall film in general. Honestly, the jump scares were not that bad. They were pretty good, comparing it to the other films, of course. And overall, the plot itself, I felt was kind of wonky. But the ending was a great conclusion to this whole Conjuring universe that they've had. This movie, in a sense, just felt like Annabelle Comes Home, but as an adult version. But of course, the central character is Judy, who is Ed and Lorraine's kid. And yeah, she is basically a clairvoyant as Lorraine is. So she's able to kind of see and feel this whole like demonic stuff that's going on. But yeah, this overarching story with Judy, Ed, and Lorraine, they've kind of combined that with the Smurl case that was going on. And we also find out that the main perpetrator of all this was actually Annabelle. The return of the doll herself, Annabelle, who has just recently been lost and missing, is the main antagonist for this film. One of the things I've always enjoyed about the Conjuring universe is Ed and Lorraine's connection. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga do such a great job of portraying the relationship they have. And of course, throughout all three movies, they always make sure family is key, family is important, and they're all sticking together no matter what. But yeah, going back to the overall plot, I felt it was just kind of forced. Like they just needed to release this movie because they needed to, because everybody loves The Conjuring. Let's be real. The Conjuring universe, the Conjuring films themselves are some of the best horror movies. But this film did not feel as good as like the first two. In my personal opinion, I have the first two being some of the greatest horror movies of all time. The third one was a good attempt at making it. Like I felt like the plot for Devil May Do It was a very good one, but it wasn't executed in a way that could have been capitalized on. This movie I felt was a bit better than Devil Made Me Do It, but it just wasn't as good as the first two. One thing that I will say is that the ending definitely hit the nail because it was really good. We actually saw a bunch of cameos from previous characters that appeared in the last three films. We saw the mom from the first film, the mom and daughter from the second film, the kid that was possessed in the third film. Ben Hardy's also in this movie was really good. He portrays Judy's husband or boyfriend, I guess, in the movie. Standout characters, of course, have got to be Ed and Lorraine. Both of them, Patrick Wilson, Vera Farmiga, they're the legends, they're the goats. My official ready rating for this movie would be 6.7 out of 10. It's definitely not a bad movie. It's not as good as the first two, of course. It is definitely better than the third one, in my opinion. It's a lot scarier. The plot itself, I mean, if you guys aren't that invested in the plot, it's whatever. You guys should go check it out. Okay, I forgot to mention they completely killed off the goal of the franchise as well, Father Gordon. May you rest in peace. Let me know what you guys think about the movie, though.